Good evening, Deacon Himself, and you are now watching Football Now with Deacon Himself. I hope everyone enjoyed last week's events and everything that went down last week. And this week we're going to recap Week 2 and preview Week 3 on Thursday, so stay tuned for that. Just want to give a shout out to my buddy Peter Propal. Just get that out of the way because he asked for a shout out. Anybody else who wants a shout out, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to give a shout out to my fans who support me. And I hope everyone loves the NFL as much as I do and enjoys the game as much as I do. We're going to start with the first game of the last week, which was Week 2 again, was the Jets traveling to New England. Big division rival game. And the Pats now have won 12 straight division games. And the Jets gave them a run. Just like the Buffalo Bills did in Week 1, the Jets gave them a run. But two factors prevent the Jets from winning this game. POT and TOP, I will say it every week during my segments. Points off turnovers and time of possession. The Jets controlled time of possession, but they turned the ball over, especially twice in the fourth quarter. Rookie quarterback in the rain. It was just one disaster after another for Gang Green. And we'll see how they rebound this week versus Buffalo at home. Tom Brady, one of the most classiest people I've ever got the chance to meet, won and got to watch play, was very, very, very unclassy last week, yelling at his wide receivers, his rookies, and guys that were not on the same page as him. Didn't enjoy that very much, and it was not something that everyone wanted to see. He was ripped and ridiculed for it in the post games of not only the post game of that night, but everyone on Countdown all across the nations and the networks were ripping him. Next game on the board is St. Louis, Atlanta. Atlanta on their home opener beat the Rams. The Rams' stellar performance, almost going on the road and having a win. 31-24 is the score of that game. The next game is Cleveland and Baltimore. The old Browns, new Browns for the home opener for the Super Bowl champs. 14-6 is the final in that. Again, the Ravens are not looking impressive, losing a lot of people in the offseason. Next game on the agenda was Carolina-Buffalo. Buffalo snuck past again. And I got to give another shout out today. Usually I only like to give one shout out per segment, but to my people up in Rochester, my fans up there, thank you for watching. And I just want to talk a little bit more about the Buffalo Bills real quick because I know that they requested I talk a little bit more. E.J. Manuel is your future. Be happy that they drafted him. Be happy that you got rid of Ryan Fitzpatrick. And be happy that you guys won last week. You should be 2-0 right now. Yes, you should. You should have beaten New England Week 1. But shoulda is not putting a W on the board. Cam Newton got sacked for the final play of the game as Buffalo scored late in the fourth quarter to take the lead on that one. Great performance by the Bills. I was very impressed and very happy I got to catch the end of that game. Minnesota traveled to Chicago. If you guys remember last week's segment, I said that AP was going to have a big game. I said he was going to go on the road. Maybe they were going to upset Chicago. That didn't happen. Last second, 10 seconds left in the game, the Jay Cutler magic happened after turning the ball over 4 times in the game. The Chicago Bears still found a way to pull that one off. A tough division game. Minnesota comes home this week 0-2. Hopefully they'll pull one out. Let's see if Adrian Peterson can keep his word of getting to 2,500 yards. I don't think it's going to happen, but let's see what happens with the rest of the season. It is still very early. Washington and Green Bay. Washington traveled to play Green Bay on their home opener. I said last week there's no way the Packers were going 0-2. 38-20. Aaron Rodgers, great performance as always. It's been a very rare occasion when I've seen Aaron Rodgers play bad. They're going to travel to Cincinnati next week. That's going to be a good game. Not impressed with the AFC North at all this year, so the Packers should handle that. Tennessee and Houston. The Houston Texans, home opener. They should be 0-2 right now. The Tennessee Titans should be 2-0. Tennessee blew a lead in the fourth quarter. As last week, the San Diego Chargers blew the lead to give the Houston Texans their first win of the season and come from behind overtime win of our first overtime game of the year, and we've seen Houston pull it out 30-24. Miami Dolphins travel to the Indianapolis Colts, 24-20 victory. The Dolphins are impressive, playing teams that are under 500. Right now, the Dolphins' schedule is a little bit weak. They are a prime team, so they will be playing a lot of other teams that are big-name teams and the old original teams. But the Dolphins are 2-0 with 2 road wins, and that's the important thing because they're tied for first in the AFC East. Dallas on the road in Kansas City's home opener. Kansas City snuck by 17-16. Dallas not impressive. Just same old Cowboys, same story. Tony Romo, not what he wants to be, not where he wants to be. They gave him the big contract. Doesn't matter what they give him. Sorry, Jerry, you wasted your money. Tony Romo is not your answer to your team. And not saying who I hate or who I dislike on this podcast, but you guys can obviously kind of tell over the weeks what teams I dislike. San Diego, Philadelphia, you guys know both my other teams besides Gang Green. Great game. Enjoyed that game to the fullest. I watched that whole game start to finish. 33-30. San Diego pulls it out late in the game. 7 seconds left. There was actually 11 because for some reason Philadelphia decided to take timeouts and milk the clock at the end of the game for whatever reason. Didn't do it. Ended the game on a forward pass. Forward lateral. It was not good. They both look good. I would be very, 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 very dangerous, very, very nervous and very dangerous to play these two teams because their offenses are so explosive that they can score at will. So I hope that you can score or defense can find a way to stop them. Detroit going on the road to Arizona's home opener. They ended up losing for very, very odd. I couldn't believe that game. Arizona, I guess, is a lot better than everybody thought they were. We'll see what happens next week for both of these teams. Not really much to talk about in the desert on that one. New Orleans, after an hour rain delay, or an hour weather delay, snuck by. Last-second field goal for them to beat Tampa Bay on the road. Tough division rival. They did beat Tampa Bay 16-14. Denver, like I predicted last week, everyone crushed the Giants. We knew they were going to crush them. Giants don't look good. They lost a lot of players in the offseason. Their offensive line is shot. They're old. They need to rebuild that. And I thought that their secondary would actually do a lot better job. But again, if you blitz Peyton Manning, you know what's going to happen. He's going to burn you. He's the best mind reader in the game. He can read your defense better than any quarterback that ever has read a mind in this game. Next game was Jacksonville and Oakland. Apologize about that. I did say that Oakland was going to win that game. Jacksonville is 5-2 in their career versus the Raiders. They weren't going out to the West Coast this year. Jacksonville is in a rebuilding process, but then again, they've been in a rebuilding process for 9 years now. Next game is San Francisco-Seattle. Another rain delay or another weather delay prevented this game. Game ended at 12:41 Eastern Standard Time. Watched that whole game too. I told you that was the most anticipated game that we were waiting for. And the Seattle Seahawks found a way to shut down Colin Kaepernick. They're 9-0 at home in their last 9 games, and they're going to go another 8-0 this year at home. It's impossible to win with the 12th man on their side, the crowd. Last game is Cincinnati-Pittsburgh. Cincinnati 20, Pittsburgh Steelers 10. They found a way to get it done. Cincinnati, division rival, AFC North, not looking dominant like I thought they would. We'll see what happens. Deacon himself, I'll see you guys on Thursday. Thanks for catching in. Shout outs to all my people and all my fans. Keep watching.